One day in the summer of 1994, well not now if it was summer, Cesar and Marta met and fell in love, then were engaged and a few months after I arrived, handsome and blonde hair like Goku Super Saiyajin. Lying, he was really ugly and had my black hair and very long body. My grandparents were happy and loved me because I was her first grandchild, then want my consent much. I was very happy. My name is Angel. One day, when he was only 2 years, my parents quarreled and went to different places, and I left alone. Well, not only rich, my grandparents, while my mom was traveling to the USA to work. The first month, I sent many toys that I could have fun. She returned at 6 months for stars to returning back to work. I to make me a photo shot wearing my cowboy hat at a cowboy's cast. My dad called him much attention as I dressed and took me with her friends to brag that I was his son. After 4 years, I went to kindergarten named Jaime Torres Bodet and was a block from my house. One day after leaving the kindergarten, I was alone in my house with my grandmother and while naughty, I happened to open a drawer of the closet where my grandfather had case currencies, watches, and also for me unfortunate Luke raised her started playing with what was inside and take with me fingers. Red fingers cut me. I began to have many friends in kindergarten. One was called Roberto, another was called Lupe, and the other don't remember. One day while we were in recess, friends of the room and I went to the pool of kindergarten. I remember a big fat friend started hitting me in the stomach something, myself against the wall. I remember at that time gave my 5 pesos to spend and my grandfather was selling sweets outside the kindergarten. I was embarrassed by marvelous with the money he gave me. Upon returning home, my grandfather had his recycle with sweets in the house, and whenever I want to take a sweet was like an action movie. There was a girl who wanted to tell with me. Her name is Fabiola. At the end of the school year, there was an event attended by soldiers and talking to them. I was 5, and at my young age I had already managed to represent my school. We sang a carol which took sheep and young children after finish. The song I was singing like crazy and all lauded at my breast. Then I went to primary called Silvestre Vueltas. I started selling snow with my grandfather and went to many towns of the outskirts of town and we shanked cons, beer bottles, or pumpkins. Those were the days where it was very cold and always sent me from my home with face mask, reason for children to say being doved my doctor. In that year I fell in love with a girl named Denise and liked to play soccer because I knew it was my first girlfriend. She danced the day of the mother on 20th November. I remember the voice of my English teacher and as a constant mind your towards. He was very good. I also remember how was November 20 in the Hall of English made a dive. And 3rd grade I participated in a contest to create a story about heroes, children, and after sending my story received a diploma for my participation. Passing through 4 part of the speech contest and I won a run. But the revenge came and 5 primary became to complete and win him around I rushing stat stage. Another thing I remember are the pucks. When I was 9 years, I went to see the pyramids of Teotihuacan and South America in the Aztec Stadium. I met Memo Ochoa and the Piojo Lopez. They were 1-1 against Pachuca. I also met the Basilica of Guadalupe since 2005. I am a lover of rap music, but of course the quality. I started singing improvisation and winning duels member of SFDK Satu. At that time, There was a boom in Durango graffiti, and I wanted to have my plate. I wanted to put a Rosa, but he liked a girl in my classes named Rosa, and looked like I wanted to put a nickname that was for her 10U kid, a fierce A. I imitated vowels and stayed flat. Also conceded with my state of flying in football. I left primary and received on the saddest news of my life that my grandfather died. I went to visit Egito to Soriana. I went to 7th grade and I had a child who came from Canada, and thirteen did not know whether to choose electronic or drawing, and then decided to drawing and met the girl I like. I was called Andy, and after a few weeks it became my girlfriend. One of her friends doing everything possible so that we could and succeeded. After 2 weeks goodbye, Andrea had told me, "If you call me Anne, I will not speak again," and served for 1 year. I had a dream that me entered secondary new. Me and started rapping in the recess, coming together most of the school and did my crew and we called the Earth. We put our tag at the school. I started to hit stickers. I hit a star of 6 peaks, and one day I met a girl called Joe, and like that I made up a star with his name. I still remember the words of a friend named Rosy Gamero said, "Finally got what they both wanted. Now the good school knows you." The following year was elected vice president of the 90. Later, I had my second girlfriend, Sarai, with her last 2 months. After that, I had another girlfriend 2 years older than I called Lilia, but I lasted for a month because the fool with her best friend. I started to meet people. I had my first Kodak camera. After having my camera, did my second interesting trip to Veracruz and Puebla. Was very funny. Why? I met the other ocean. Leaving the secondary, did a party where was the girl I like and gave me a pile of star. I was accepted at the 89 with my friends at the day of 11-11-11, bury a time capsule. Remember the stickers? No one took a camera. I became one of the most recognized in the statement stickers. I had my second semi-professional camera and invented something called Handsome Wednesday. We're taking pictures on a Wednesday and claim to a page on Facebook. I had my best friend that I felt his name is European country, and he is called Reese. I broke my hair. I wrote him letters of love. After a year, I decided to seduce a beautiful girl named Natalie. It was all going well until that Reese appears again. With the passage of time and my confusion, stopped paying attention to it. At the time the semester they were going to kick return with my friend's approach. It was called United 89. I wanted to be president, but bad mob by a fat kick does not become. I tried to separate after being as vice president, but I understood that such extraordinary work as a team was not going to destroy one to be up, and after 2 months shaking year won by 600 votes. After winning, there were more problems, with a fat kid at me out of the plate to put your best friend in my place. After falling, I discovered my true passion was called policy. The art of helping others. I entered a graduation of political leadership, and little by little I started socializing. Then I received the invitation of several youth political groups, accepted only 2 of them. In 2040, I was going to make a grand event called Freedom People. The people were excited to see the sights, shopping and more. February 21, but I got the news that in the Context newspaper had saboted and not for my event promotion the lack of permission. We had to tell the event and for the safety of all postponed the event. I took everybody would be angry, but after publishing the reason, everyone understood. I had my professional camera and got my high school graduation. Woo! The next day, we went to Mazatlan with my friends. We ate like kings. After not knowing whether to study architecture or civil engineering or go for a social science where my communication skills plot, so I decided to study economics and international business at the FEC. After making several reviews, was very nervous to be accepted or not, and after mental preparation, finally the day came where I appeared on the list of accept. Woo! Was so happy, and after a couple of weeks I had my first day of school as a university. I met people from many sizes, of many ages, of many attitudes with which today share my days. I met a beautiful girl named Itzel, almost yellow eyes. After living a couple of times, we passed beautiful moments. All was well until one day her parents told her she had to go to Chiapas to live, while your dad changed the status from the government. The saddest thing is that she and I cannot have more than friendship by mountains. Anyway, today I want to finish my project, draw my life, thanks, and continue to fulfill my dreams.